Hello everyone, RJ is back again. Today I have one more interesting story, the silence between two heartbeats. The executioner had performed his duty for 42 years. He had watched king dies, thieves die, children die, saints die, murderer die. In 42 years, he had learned one secret. No one feared death, they feared recognition. On his final day before retirement, a young journalist asked him, "What is the last thing people usually say?" The old executioner smiled. They almost never speak. They look at what? Their own life. The journalist laughed. Everyone does that. The old man shook his head. No, they don't remember their life. They calculate it. They reach into a drawer. He reached into a drawer and removed a notebook. Inside were hundreds of names. Each name had only one sentence beside it. He thought there was still a time. Every page, the same sentence. The journalist frowned. Surely some regretted different things. The executioner answered. They mentioned different things, but they all meant the same thing. He closed the notebook. I have never seen a man regret working too hard for something he truly believed in. I have never seen a woman regret learning too much. I have never seen anyone cry because they become stronger than necessary. But I watched thousands discover in one bearable second. But I have watched thousands discover in one unbearable second that they had mistaken comfort for living. The journalist asked quietly, "What does that look like?" The executioner stood. "Come tomorrow." The next morning, a prisoner was brought in. He was not crying, he was not begging, he simply stared at the floor. The executioner asked him one question: "If I gave you one more year, what would you do?" The prisoner answered instantly, "I would stop wasting evening." The executioner nodded. "If I give you 10 years, I, I would become a man I kept promising myself I would become." "If I give you 30 years, the prisoner began to shake. "I wouldn't need 30. Silence. The executioner stepped closer. "Then why didn't you begin during the 30 you already had?" The prisoner opened his mouth. Nothing came out. Not because he had no answer, because every answer sounded ridiculous. "I was tired. I wasn't ready. I needed a break. I wanted to relax." Standing beside death, every excuse collapsed under its own weight. The executioner later turned to the journalist. "Do you know why I retired?" The journalist shook his head. "Because after 42 years, I realized I was not executing people. They had already executed themselves here before they met me." With ordinary evening, the journalist laughed inside disbelief. The executioner pointed across the city. Thousands of windows glowed. Inside one apartment, a student said, "I will start on Monday." Inside another, an artist whispered, "One more season." Inside another, a father promised when work settled down. Inside another, a programmer clicked next episode. The executioner's eyes never left the window. "Listen carefully." The journalist heard nothing. "Exactly," that executioner whispered, "is the sound of living, of lives being exchanged. No explosion, no scream, no tragedy anyone noticed, just another evening." He placed the notebook into the journalist's hands. "Take it." The journalist opened the final page. It was blank. "Why is this page empty?" The executioner answered, "It belonged to whoever still believes they had enough ordinary days left to become extraordinary." That night, the journalist went home. His streaming service asked, "Continue watching." For the first time in his life, the question no longer seemed to be asking about the show. It sounded as though something far older was speaking. continue becoming the person you are repeatedly choosing to be. I don't think fear alone is enough to create lasting discipline. The stories that endure usually combine fear with recognition. The reader realizes that the ordinary evening is not ordinary at all. The realization, not shock, is what has the best chance of staying with someone. With this, we are ending today's story. Thank you.